Today, we're gonna win. We're gonna fight.
There's a football coach, and then there's the football coach at Notre Dame. Because nobody does it like Notre Dame.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
We finished strong. We overcame. We had guys go down. It was next man in today. Kyle Prinzer wasn't our starting kicker this week. He came in because we had an injury, and he stepped in. We lost Cap. We lost Slaughter. We lost Eifert. We lost Daniels. And the next man stepped up and did the job. And you exhibited mental and physical toughness. I don't know what else you want. But all of those things that I talk about on a day-to-day basis were exhibited today. And I'm proud of you.
And a lot of Irish fans from coast to coast are also proud of a Notre Dame team that overcame numerous injuries to beat a talented and physical Purdue team Saturday in sold-out Notre Dame Stadium. Hello again and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. I'm Jack Nolan. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll break down Saturday's dramatic victory over Purdue. But first, as we go to break, Coach Kelly talks more about his next man in philosophy.
You know, I think there's so many factors into what you need to win games, and one of them is you have to have a next man in mantra, and that is when somebody goes down, you got to go in there and step up your game. Sheldon Day, a freshman, goes in for Cap Lewis Moore and plays virtually the whole game and does a great job. Troy Nicholas has to step up his game when Tyler Eifert goes down. I could go on and on. So that's such an important element to winning and winning close games.
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite or Uverse. Sign up for Xfinity TV and Internet, just $79.99 a month for 6 months with a sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Standing in the shade all of my days, and I've been trying to find
unlimited phone, unlimited data, unlimited life. The Galaxy S3 Unlimited Edition with truly unlimited data from Sprint.
Your first move doesn't happen on the field. It happens before your opponent even sees you. It can leave you hanging, steal your spark. Your first move can jeopardize everything you've worked for. Or fuel it. Your first move can set up your success before you've even played the game.
Carb energy to fuel athletes. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
So I'm really gonna need your company. Did I just change that site for you? Window or aisle?
Right.
Yes, sir? Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yeah. Is this the
restroom? Oh, it's right behind you. If you just turn right there.
Virgin America knows it's better for Xerox to manage their call centers, so they can focus on making flying cool again. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
when your chain of supply goes from here to Shanghai, that's logistics. Chips from here, boards from there, track it all through the air, that's logistics. Clearing customs like that, hurry up, no time flat, that's logistics. All new technology UPS brings to me, that's logistics.
After Notre Dame's impressive rushing performance against Navy, many Irish fans expected a repeat performance against Purdue. But the Boilers had a different idea, loading the box with as many as 9 defensive players throughout the game, giving Notre Dame little choice but to put the ball in the air.
Well, we had to throw the football. I think our first 8 or 9 plays were all passes, and it was strictly because they had committed themselves to putting more guys in there. And we had to beat them throwing the football. And, you know, we made some plays. We missed on some plays.
It's one thing to be a big receiver, but you have to learn how to use that size. And Eifert showed that he has learned how to do that by out-jumping the defender.
The quarterback's got to make them 6'5", too. You know, if you're throwing balls that were low and allows that size to be mitigated, then you've got an issue. So I think our quarterbacks have done a nice job of making him 6'5", and he goes up and gets it, and he's going to take it away most of the time.
3 big third down conversions on your first scoring drive. The first, a 30-yard completion by Everett to Troy Nicholas.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where athleticism paid off. They had an overhang pressure. He escaped that, found Troy Nicholas on a really big third down, and tipped that drive going.
A couple of plays later, 3rd and 3, Golson finds DeVaris Daniels for a 41-yard gain.
Yeah, we ran a little play action off of a formation that had shown, you know, virtually all run. And he was wide open. Nice play call and good execution.
His first ever start in Notre Dame Stadium, which now seats more than 80,000, and he came up with the 2nd highest passing yardage total in a victory.
Yeah, you know, again, let's put it in perspective. You know, when you've got a first-year starter out there and he's playing at that level, and there's been a lot of great quarterbacks that have played here at Notre Dame, I think that says a lot about him.
Now, at that point in the game, it's critical that you score on that drive, and your quarterback understood that and really laid his body out to get that touchdown.
That was the one that was reviewed, but he did hit the pylon with the football. We had a called run the play before where he didn't get in, and this was a bootleg that gave him the option to run, and he did a great job getting it in the end zone.
The two teams went to the locker room tied at 7, and Coach Kelly left no doubt about what his team needed to do at the start of the second half.
Tied score, half of football. They start with the ball, okay? You want to take momentum on your side, you get them off the field, defense. Get them off the field. Offensively, you know what they did. You know what they did. We've talked about it. You know what you have to do. So there's no confusion in here as to what needs to happen. We got to come up big defensively. We got to put points on the board.
Are you a fan of Demoisier?
Demoisier who? Okay, you can't get by on just your looks forever. Okay. You just ordered a premium roast coffee and a savory sausage McMuffin for only $1 each off McDonald's $1 menu at breakfast. So you know you're smart. He has a certain je ne sais quoi, you know?
Ooh, tout pas français.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time. The simple joy of being smart.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 mpg Highway Mazda 3 with SkyActiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
At Meijer, you'll find low prices on the things you use every day. Take Molly and Steve. They're brand new parents. And like all new parents, they've discovered lots of new things they need, besides sleep. Luckily, they shop at Meijer, so they save on everyday items every single day. They save on the diapers they're always changing, and the laundry detergent they're always using. And with all the saving they're doing, they can get more of the coffee they're always brewing. Experience the savings, experience the difference. Meijer.
The Notre Dame defense gave the Irish exactly what they needed to start the second half, a 3 and out.
We said at halftime that our defense would dictate the way this game went in the second half, and that 3-and-out was so big. It gave us a little bit of momentum offensively because we had kind of scripted it that way, that we would get the ball and we'd change the way we were running our offense a little bit, and we think that was going to pay some dividends for us, and it did.
You're now 4th in the nation in third down conversions, and they were huge against Purdue. You had another one on this drive, 3rd and 16, and again, Tyler Eifert makes the catch.
Yeah, we had a little rollout throwback where we had the option to hit Theo Riddick on a drive route or Tyler coming back. The safety drove the drive and opened up a nice window, nice completion, big play for us.
And on the touchdown pass to TJ, Everett threw it exactly where he needed to.
You know, there was only one place to put it. It was low and away, and it's a play that we run a lot during the week, and we make sure that the ball placement is put in a position where he can make the catch and nobody else.
And on the next Purdue possession, big defensive play by Sheldon Day, a freshman, and Bennett Jackson, who had a big day as well.
Both of them, you know, here's first-time starters that are influencing the game, and that's what was so enjoyable about it, is that, you know, people talked about, you know, you've got 2 new corners, but, you know, Bennett steps up and gets 2 interceptions in this game, and no bigger than that one that he brought back for us to get another score on the board.
And the turnover by Everett late in the game was big, but it was a turnover that may well have been set up on the previous play.
He got banged pretty good, but you know, it's part of the game, and he knows that he's got to take care of the football in that situation, and he's just a terrific competitor, and he'll learn from that.
That injury made your decision a little bit easier, but didn't necessarily make the decision.
No, I would say we had made a decision that Tommy could run the 2-minute drill a little bit better because of his experience, and then his inability to really get a good grip on the ball concerned me. So I think with those factors, it made it an easier decision.
Certainly you were not surprised by the way he responded.
Oh, he's a gamer. He loves to play, and when the circumstances or the situations are big, he loves those. He just has that want and desire to be out there.
Again, third down was key, and the first one was to John Goodman.
Trying to get the snap off just before the clock runs out, and you know, John makes a big play for us, so that was really key.
There was another one later in the drive to a young man that just seems to be able to make plays, and that's Robbie Toma.
Yeah, anytime you need a big play, look for Robbie Toma. It was a drive route. He did a great job of turning a man defender inside out. Tommy threw the ball on time and got us the big play that really got us in field goal range.
But you needed Kyle Brinza to come through yesterday, and he did.
And his first opportunity to start at the position. Nick Tausch got hurt during the week, and Kyle was put into that position. He didn't start well with the missed field goal, but we had a lot of confidence in him, and he had shown in high school in clutch situations that he was going to be there, and we were very confident he was going to make that.
There is your final score once again. Not only does the win improve Notre Dame's record to 2-0 for the first time since 2008, it also improves Notre Dame's ranking this week to 19th in the coaches poll and 20th in the AP poll. The final stats from UND.com show us the Irish dominated time of possession and picked up 324 yards through the air while limiting the potent Purdue passing attack to just 198 yards. There were so many critical plays in Saturday's Irish win, but none more important than Tommy Rees's 10-yard completion to John Goodman on 3rd and 6 on the game's final scoring drive. That play is this week's UND.com Inside Angle of the Week.
You start off the season, second game here at home, first half in Ireland. I mean, we're off to a 2-0 start. It means a lot. It's our house. Confidence was low at the start. I mean, it's just nerves, but I got them all out, and glad I pulled through.
Kyle Brinza talking with UND.com's Ryan Camden right after kicking the winning field goal against Purdue. Kyle was just one of many next men in for Brian Kelly's team on Saturday as the Irish lost at least 7 players to injury before and during the Purdue game.
We understand that, you know, people go down. Losing Cap and Slaughter early in the game, you know, was a big loss for, you know, for our team. But, you know, the guys who backed them up really came in and did a great job for us and helped us come out with a victory today.
You know, like how you guys all know, Coach Kelly's motto is next man in, and I don't think there's a better example of that than today's game. Just the resilience of those guys that, you know, were ready when their number was called was great, and it was a full team effort.
Possibly the most important next man in Saturday was last year's starting quarterback, Tommy Rees. Tommy came off the bench to direct a 2-minute drill that led the Irish to the game-winning score.
We knew Tommy was ready when his number was called. 2-minute drill, Tommy just coming in, doing exactly what we knew he was capable of, took command of the offensive line, and ultimately led us down the field for that winning field goal.
It was pretty short. He just kind of came over to me and said, "Get loose, you're going in for the 2-minute," and that was about it. He had faith in me, and we went out there as an offense and put together a nice drive.
We love seeing you at Bank of America.
But we know you want to be able to bank wherever you are.
Bank of America Mobile Banking lets you bank on your schedule.
Now you can securely deposit checks you get right away with your smartphone camera. Watch this.
It doesn't get more convenient than that. See? Success.
It's amazing. Check balances, pay bills.
And much, much more.
Right here.
Bank on your schedule and deposit checks on the go. Download the Bank of America mobile banking app today.
I need to get back to work.
3, 2, 1.
It's hard to call it radio when it's this out of the box.
Listen to that! Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Fox News alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra.
You're a delightful audience.
Let's go to Margaritaville, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown!
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
For nearly 3 decades, Notre Dame has dominated its rivalry with Purdue, but this has not always been the case. In fact, at one time, the Boilers were known for their upsets of the higher-ranked Irish. This week's 125 Years of Notre Dame Football moment takes us back to 1971 and another Purdue upset bid, one that Notre Dame defeated with what has come to be known as the genuflect play.
Notre Dame is number 1.
Notre Dame with a miracle win as the
clock runs. He's going in. Notre Dame has scored.
My junior year, we had a lot of returning great defensive team coming back, All-Americans like Walt Patulski and Clarence Ellis. We were preseason number 1. We handled Northwestern the first game. We're getting ready to go down to Ross-Ade Stadium. We're ranked number 1 in the country. And it started raining about 4 a.m., just torrential downpour. And what ensued was just a mosh pit of mud and trying to hang on to the ball, trying not to turn it over. All of a sudden, they bobble the snap. Fred Swenson, I believe, jumps on it, and the party ensues. It's 7-6 with 2 minutes and change left, and we had worked on a 2-point play throughout the week. So we jog out, and I remember in the huddle talking to everybody, and we're fired up. We got a chance to win this. The defense had done their job. All we had to do was execute one play. Take the snap, turn my back to the center, fake a simple tear sweep to the halfback, and I count 1001, 1002, and I turn. Right as I turn, I just see this Gary Rivnak, who I remembered from Pennsylvania playing him in high school, about 6'5". His arms are up. He's looking right in my face. He wasn't fooled a lick. But I knew where Creaney was, and I basically launched, which could have been the ugliest conversion or touchdown pass ever in Notre Dame history. But I got it out of my hands, got it over his outstretched hands. He comes and just pounces on me. And as I'm laying in the mud, I hear the crowd go, ooh. 70, 80,000 people disappointed and probably about 5,000 people excited.
And Notre Dame is going to go for 2 points. They're going to try to win it. Steenberg is going back to throw. He throws the end zone. It's caught by Creaney. Notre Dame has taken the lead over Purdue.
And we win the game 8-7. And it was just a magical, magical moment for all of us. We remain number 1 in the country. You know, in my memory, we called it the genuflect play because Mike Creaney actually went to his knees. His job was to fake a down block, go to his knees so that the defensive back would not even think that he was coming out as a receiver. Get up as if he had just missed a block and then slip off into the left side. You know, I really can't tell you for sure if it was called the genuflect play before or after. I'm not really sure. I just know it worked.
Don't forget, a new 125 Years of Notre Dame Football moment will be posted every day this season for your viewing and reading pleasure on UND.com. Senior running back Theo Riddick has led the Irish in rushing in each of Notre Dame's first 2 games this season. On this week's 60-second drill, we find out if Theo can handle my questions with the same skill and speed he uses to avoid opposing tacklers.
Favorite Notre Dame tradition?
I gotta say walk into the stadium.
Favorite training table meal?
Training table meal, God, it has to be steak. Whew.
One player Irish fans will be surprised by this season.
We call him Chris Breezy, Chris Brown.
First car you ever drove?
Cadillac.
Favorite TV show?
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Oh, he's Manti.
Best singer on the team?
Everett.
Best dancer on the team?
Oh, myself, always.
Best comedian on the team?
Comedian. I gotta go with Robbie Toma.
Player on the team most likely to become a football coach?
To be honest, Amir always said it was me, and I still don't believe him. So I'm gonna go with me, but I don't know about that one.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Just the tradition that comes with it, and all the great fans.
Theoretic, you've completed 60 seconds of Inside Notre Dame Football. Thank you.
Thank you.
When your chain of supply goes from here to Shanghai, that's logistics. Chips from here, boards from there, track it all through the air, that's logistics. Clearing customs like that, hurry up, no time flat, that's logistics. All new technology UPS brings to me, that's logistics.
I'm very happy I made the switch.
It's easy.
They're great.
As I go out, being nervous about going out into the world.
You switch because
for what you get and what they give back.
Of the people.
It'd just be another thing that I know is there for me all the time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's about family. It's about values. It's about doing things the right way.
And that's why I'm sticking with them.
You just get sucked in, and it's great. We're there.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
You know you're going to get the best when you go to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Kelly question presented by CBTS. This week's question is from Elizabeth Devins of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She asks, Coach, what kind of exercises do you run with your young quarterbacks to help them develop leadership skills?
A lot of those things happen in the off season. You know, we're demanding a lot from our guys. They're integrated in our Unity Council so they can be proactive. We give them a lot of things and a lot of opportunities to stand up in front of a crowd, whether it's speaking or media. All those things help to enhance their leadership. And then finally, you know, give them opportunities to lead. I think we try to do that with all of our players, but even more so with the quarterbacks.
Next up for the Irish, 10th-ranked Michigan State. The Spartans rank 5th in the nation in pass efficiency defense, 8th in total defense, and 11th in rushing defense. The Spartans have also not allowed a sack in 2 games.
They've returned a lot of starters. They're veteran in the back end. They've got linebackers and D linemen. Golson is one of the better defensive linemen in the country, and you know, we're excited. I mean, to go play Michigan State. You know, we got them last year, so I know they remember that. I think they're, you know, obviously a team that is going to play physical, so we're going to have to bring our A game, but it should be a fun challenge.
We, of course, will have crews on the sidelines Saturday night in East Lansing, and we'll have all the highlights of the 76th meeting between the Irish and Spartans on the next edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. Until then, thanks for watching, and as always, go Irish! Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly has been brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.